Good morning, everybody. Today is October 18th, and welcome to the last market update of the week. My name is Alfred Z, and I'm currently a sophomore in CC studying political science and French. In terms of career interests, I'm gravitating towards consulting, venturing to the legal field, or exploring the intersection of fashion and business. So, first of all, let's talk about the weather. The temperature today remains relatively low, and it's overall a very cloudy day with a high of 58 degree Fahrenheit or 14 degrees Celsius and a low of 42 degree Fahrenheit and 6 degrees Celsius. The humidity is 53% and no precipitation is currently shown on the forecast. In terms of the market, the S&P closed at 2,998.09 yesterday with a rise of 0.28%. Nasdaq closed at 8,156.85 with a rise of 0.4%, and DJIA closed at 27,028.46 with a rise of 10.1%, and the 10-year rate witnessed a rise of 1.759%. With an overall rise of 1.5 BPS. In terms of the major headlines of the day, U.S. tariffs on 7.5 billion of European Union goods will go into effect today. Those goods include Scotch whiskey, French wine, which pretty much makes up the entirety of the 7.5 billion. In terms of geopolitics, VP Mike Pence said Turkey has agreed to stop military operations in northeast Syria for 120 hours, allowing Kurdish forces to withdraw from the region. In terms of politics, White House Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney announced yesterday the location for next year's G7 summit, the Trump Doral Golf Resort near Miami. There's just one problem: President Trump owns Doral, thus sparking a glaring conflict of interest in the US president hosting a delegation of world leaders at his own property. Democrats are some of the strongest opponents to such announcement. They have argued for years that President Trump has repeatedly violated the Constitution's Emoluments Clause, which bars the president from making money off foreign governments. Moving on to social media, yesterday Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg gave a speech in defense of free expression at Georgetown University in DC. Zuckerberg's college side project is under fire for its political advertising policies, which allow politicians to post false information, as well as ongoing issues with hate speech and disinformation. In response to that criticism, Zuck's positioning himself and Facebook as champions of the First Amendment. Here are some of his points. He understands concerns about big tech's centralized power, but believes social media has also decentralized power by allowing people to communicate freely. He railed against the idea that speech can cause division. Thomas Zuckerson believes limiting speech causes conflict. He pointed out that recent movements like #MeToo and #Black Lives Matter either began or built momentum on social media. Referring to the civil rights movement and abolition of slavery, he argued that restricting expression on times of social tension hurts minority viewpoints. Bottom line, Zuck wants you to associate Facebook with freedom and democracy, and his critics with censorship. Next up is the controversial domain of e-cigarettes. Juul continued its dramatic retreat yesterday, saying it will stop online sales of some flavored e-cigarettes in the US. Sweet and desserty flavors including mango, fruit, and cucumber, those were not available in physical stores but will still be online. What's still available online is mint, menthol, and tobacco flavors, which will still be online and in store. Juul's revenue in the first half of 2019 came out to 1.3 billion according to the Wall Street Journal. Less than 10% of those sales came from online purchases. If you think back to last December, Juul was valued at 38 billion. Teens walked around with their phone in one hand, a vape in the other, but 2019 has been a different story. Growing awareness of the youth vaping epidemic has led to an aggressive regulatory crackdown, and the FDA is set to pull most e-cig from the market. New Juul CEO Casey Crowthwaite is working on a reset to combat underage use while providing an alternative to adult smokers. The above concludes my market update as of October 18th, 2019. TGIF and have a marvelous weekend, everybody.